All right, welcome back to this class, still on mapping and functions. But in this section of the class, we'll be looking at the zeros of a function. Zeros of a what? Function. Now, by zeros of a function, we mean given any function, h of x, g of x, f of x, right? To find the zeros of the function is by equating the function to what? Zero. And we obtain two values which will give us the zeros of a what function. It's just like finding the zeros of a polynomial or the zeros of a vector. So now let's look at these examples one after the other. One, we have h of x to give us x squared minus x. So to find the zeros of this function, we equate the expression x squared minus x, that is equate h of x to be equal to 0. Let me take that first. That is h of x is equals to 0. That's what it means. So we have x squared minus x equals to 0. And that gives us x into x minus 1 equals to what? 0. And that gives us to be x equals to 0 or or x equals to what? 1. So 0 and 1 are the zeros of this what? Function. Do you understand? Good. They are the zeros of this function. So let's move on. Let's look at the B part. This is the A part. Let's look at the B part. So again, we have g of x give x squared plus x minus 6. So as g of x equals 0, so we have x squared plus x minus 6. So this gives us x squared plus 3x minus 2x minus 6 by factorization. So we have x into x plus 3 minus 2 into x plus 3. So we have x plus 3 into x minus 2 equals to what? Which is equal to what? 0, right? Good. Remember, equals to 0, equals to 0, equals to 0. So what are the zeros of this function? X equals to what? Negative 3 or x equals to what? 2. So minus 3 and 2 are the zeros of this function x squared plus x minus 6, right? Good. Now let's see example 2. Given that the function fx is what? Ax squared plus bx, right? On set of real numbers r. This r means set of real numbers. That was it. Anytime you see this sign, it means set of real numbers. So given that f of 1 is equals to 5 and f of minus 1 is equals to minus 1, determine the values of a and b. So let's find f of 1. We have been told that f of what? 1, which will give us a into 1 all squared plus what? B into 1, which is equals to what? 5. Remember, f of 1 is 5. So we have a plus b equals to what? 5. So let's call that, we can have double equations. So let's call that equation 1. Equation 1. So let's come to f of what? Negative 1, which is equals to a into negative 1 squared plus b into negative 1, which is equals to what? Negative 1. Right? Remember, f of negative 1 equals to negative 1. This is the condition here. Right? Good. So we have, what's this? A minus b equals to negative 1. So let's call this equation 2. Right? Good. Equation 1 and equation 2. Let me use another marker to separate the equations. Equation 1, equation 2. So good. So now let's bring the two equations out. Let's bring the two equations out. We have a plus b equals what? 5. Then we have a minus b equals to what? -1. The best method to use is elimination method because the equation is set up that way. So we eliminate b, then we add it up. This 2a equals to what? 4. So a equals to what? 4 over 2. A equals to what? 2, right? So from any of this equation 1, you can substitute for a in any of the equation. Let's pick equation 1. Remember, a plus b equals to what? 5 in equation 1, right? So that means 2 plus b equals to what? 5. So that means b equals to what? 5 minus 2. That means b equals to what? 3. So the values of a and b are 2 and 3 respectively. So this is how to find the zeros of what? A function, right? The example 2 is just a general question, but can still be categorized under the zeros of a function, but it's still probably a general question, more like it. So again, we have come to the end of this what class. Once again, welcome to what? Clever Minds. Thank you for your time and do have a great day.